Imagine Dubai without traffic, and every resident cycles to work and back home within 15 minutes. Sounds like an unrealistic dream. Well, Dubai makes impossible things possible, but at the same time, we saw many examples when both ambitions here fail. Dubai is building the world's longest climate-controlled cycling highway. Dubai Loop, partially air-conditioned, crossing the entire city. The ambition is to turn Dubai into one of the world's most bike-friendly cities and even rival Amsterdam. But here is the real question. Is the cycling loop solving urban mobility or creating another iconic showcase with limited daily use? In this video, I'm going to go through the urban analysis, city strategy, and balance critics of another ambitious billion-dollar Dubai project, Dubai Cycling Loop. Let's go! The Dubai Cycling Loop was first announced 4 years ago by Sheikh Mohammed bin Mohammed as part of Dubai's long-term urban transformation strategy. And by the way, Crown Prince is famous by his active promotion of sports and healthy lifestyle. The goal is to enable 80% of Dubai citizens to access daily needs with 20 minutes by foot or bicycle. And the second is Dubai Net Zero 2050 strategy, targeting sustainability, reduced emission, and alternative mobility. The cycling loop is a continuous ring connecting residential districts, business zones, beaches, and parks. It is climate-controlled environment for year-round usability. It's an integration of vertical farms and wellness facilities. And it implements the use of kinetic energy and recycled water for sustainability. Dubai openly stated its ambition to become one of the world's leading cycling cities. In multiple urban planning forums, officials referenced Amsterdam and Copenhagen as benchmarks. Cities where 30 to 40% of daily trips happen by bicycles. So Dubai decided to replicate that success in desert conditions. But is it realistic? Let's look at the challenges. Dubai already has a strong cycling infrastructure. In some areas, it's among the best in the region. 86-kilometer long Al Qudra cycle track, 11-kilometer long Palm Jumeirah boardwalk. However, it's a recreational amenity, not a part of the transportation system. 8 kilometers Nadar Shiba cycle park, a loop inside the park, Jumeirah Corniche. But these tracks do not form a network. They are interrupted and do not lead into business districts. So those are destinations, not part of the urban fabric. You go there intentionally, you do not use a bicycle as a transportation. Well, the loop is not a route, it's a system. It aims to connect districts, home, school, home metro, home office. Developer logic follows the historical pattern. Infrastructure, demand growth, price growth. Examples, historically, metro increased the prices within the surrounding radius by 15 to 25%. Waterfront added a massive premium. Parks also added value. Cycling networks are the next layer, especially for Europeans, digital nomads, high net worth individuals with a lifestyle focus. But urban mobility is not just about building infrastructure. It is about integration into daily life. And there are real signs that Dubai Cycling Loop could potentially become an urban planning failure. So challenge number one, the core problem is that Dubai is not a cycling city. This city was designed for cars, not for bicycles. Existing tracks already revealed behavioral patterns. They have not changed mobility in the city. No one switched from cars to bicycles. They are recreational assets, not transport. Cycling works where there is high-density mixed-use districts, short distances, expensive parking, inconvenient car usage. For example, Amsterdam's cycling success is based on dense mixed-use neighborhoods, short daily travel distances, continuous street-level bike lanes. However, Dubai is built on long travel distances, highway-based zoning, inexpensive fuel, parking is still abundant in the majority of the districts, and the car is an absolute necessity. So a circular loop alone does not solve so-called the last mile problem. Challenge number two, climate of course. Summer conditions reach 45 to 50 degrees with humidity and heat radiation from asphalt. Even with shade, commuting for 8 months of the year remains questionable. Urban planning has a rule: infrastructure cannot fight biology. Challenge number three, cultural. It is the most underestimated, by the way. In Europe, for example, bicycle is a status-neutral transport, while in the Gulf it's often perceived as sport or low-income transport. Middle class and high earners are unlikely to cycle to the office in extreme heat. This is a behavioral economics, and it cannot be rewritten quickly. Challenge number 4, Dubai has made such mistakes before. Example, excessive recreation infrastructure. Beautiful, Instagrammable, but used below expectations. Typical pattern: announcement, global PR, wow effect, and limited real usage. Examples: in Dubai, after massive hype, the wall was closed for nearly 2 years. After launch, visitors flow was below expectations, and the operational model was reconsidered. Dubai Water Canal is another example. Many sections are quiet on weekdays, pedestrian continuity is inconsistent, and daytime activity is limited by climate. Not a failure, but usage is lower than the cost model likely anticipated. And the third example is the Pointer. After massive PR, the location was closed and it's being redeveloped. The fatal urban mistake: it required a deliberate trip. There was no natural pedestrian flow and no dense residential fabric nearby. E-scooters function as a stress test for urban readiness. If a city is prepared for micromobility, scooters scale quickly. In Dubai, we see missing lanes in some areas, conflicts with cars, heat, and long distances. This suggests that the urban fabric is not yet fully adopted. Economic logic: where the risk lies. Such projects cost billions, but the key question is always, will it change the behavior? If not, the ROI for the city is weak. Dubai is entering a phase where supply is increasing and infrastructure must be functional, not symbolic, otherwise urban overspending emerges. The most concerning signal is the loop is an attempt to rewrite mobility without changing urban form. This rarely works well. The sequence should be densification, transit, walkability. Only then massive cycling networks, but not the other way around. So what we see is a common governmental mistake: build it and people will come. Well, in reality, urban form changes first and behavior follows. However, it's not entirely one-sided. Sometimes projects are built not for usage, but for signaling and global branding, of course, to, for example, global talents, investment funds, European expats. So the message is simple: Dubai is evolving, we are not just a car city. Even if adoption reaches only 20%, perception can equal value, sometimes, not always. Amsterdam, for example, did not start with megaprojects. It evolved through street redesign, slow traffic zones, small-scale bike lanes, and, very important, policies discouraging car dependency. As a result, cycling became natural daily behavior, not a special activity like in Dubai. So my personal verdict is 60 to 70% probability that the loop becomes recreational weekend cycling lifestyle amenity, but not a transportation system as planned. Less obvious scenario, 30 to 40%. If Dubai truly begins to restrict cars, the loop could unexpectedly succeed. Infrastructure sometimes precedes behavior, and Copenhagen is an example. So how Dubai could make it work? The Dubai cycling loop is not a bad idea, but for it to become transformative, 3 upgrades are essential. Street-level feeder networks, connecting neighborhoods directly to the loop, mixed-use zoning along the route, shops, cafes, schools, reasons to ride daily. And metro, integration with cycling, secure bike parking and rental hubs at stations. With these additions, the loop could evolve from icon to infrastructure. But will most residents switch to bicycles? The honest answer, almost certainly not. Dubai has never been afraid of bold ideas. That's how they built the world's tallest tower, the largest mall, and achieved one of the fastest urban expansions of the century. But the real success will not be measured in kilometers built. It will be measured by how many residents choose to ride to work every day. I personally believe this idea is unlikely to succeed in Dubai. Let me know what you think in the comments. It will be interesting to hear your opinion, and see you soon.